Hello YouTube, it is MrKokaKoma, back from a long hiatus for moving and a bunch of other things. But yeah, I was moving and I had to get a little bit settled into the house, gotta get to know the neighborhood, schools, parks, and I was kinda busy having a life. Then I came back down to normal, and now I'm back. So, here we are in Borderlands, and this is episode 3, I believe, to the Borderlands Let's Play series. So, let's begin. And as you can tell, I kind of played Roland a little longer when I wasn't recording. I'm very sorry. You can go ahead and virtually spank my buns for it. I'll understand. But, sort of what I got done was I finished what you call it? The Nine Toes quest mission thingamawop, but yeah, and we're on our ways to go put that away. So yeah. But what else is there to talk about? Oh, Cannibal Uprising. If you live anywhere in the United States and you use the internet on a frequent basis or semi-frequent, depending on what you do on the internet, then you would know that in the east of the United States, there have been just a slew of reportings of literal cannibalism and or zombies, and I'm pretty sure that cannibalism is probably very frequent. Very frequent in many different places in the world. I know a couple African cultures do it as, like, as, what's the word for it? As rituals, I suppose, for religion or whatever. They do stuff like that. But, in a place such as rural as, not rural, but, in a place just as, just the United States in general, we're not really that, much of, well, we are a corrupt country, a very corrupt one. But, it's just the fact that in just a time period of less than a week, a lot less than a week, about 4 days, there were 4 reportings of cannibalism in the East Coast. There was the man who was reportedly high on bath salts, who ate that one guy's face, and then there was I forgot what it's called, the one, dismemberment. Then there was this guy who was like hanging out. What? He came all the way over here. Okay. And there was the guy who who was with his roommate and for whatever reason killed him and ate him and confessed to it to the police when they came over to check in on the house, or whatever police do for policey things. They check in and he confessed to what he did, and I'm pretty sure he was sent to jail. Praying to God he was sent to jail. And yeah. And then there was I think he was killed, probably, right? I don't really remember, but yeah, cannibalism right there. And there was another one, I forgot what it was, but I find it ridiculous that, like, okay, the guy who was shot during the first Cannibal Uprising, which was the one, or zombieism, for you internet people who are just so crazy about the internet, you just have to stereotype everything in a sort of sense. Because, you say it's zombies, he was high on bath salts. The guy, of course, would have his brain destroyed because of the chemicals that are inside bath salts. Are you kidding me? So for you to say he's a zombie, that's sort of pushing it right there, in my standards, of course. But, he was just a cannibal, with the bath salts, it screwed up his brain, just, he's taken over. But, yeah, I'm the one killing all the crap, people ask. Alright, so as I was saying, and, there were reportings of people just looking, completely unnatural when they did things like this. They were sort of like, just too relaxed for a thing like that. They seem to wait. They seem to the first person, the guy who ate the other guy's face, was supposedly not affected by the first 2 shots like at all. He continued just eating the person's face. Third shot sort of took him down a little bit, and the 4th shot finally killed. But it's just the fact that people are seeing this all over the internet, and we know what the internet does and its stupid ideas they always have, and whatever. I'm pretty sure someday, no, not someday, I'm pretty sure soon, there will be people trying to reenact this because of the effects that it had on the person, They want to experience it, and just because of just pure internet stupidity, they probably will go ahead and try all these things. Or, eat bath salts, or look into zombieism, or, zombification would be. I think it would be zombification, not zombieism. Zombieism sounds like religion. It probably is one. So if there's any zombieists around watching my videos, I'm sorry, ? But you're not following an actual religion. Just telling you. Same thing to atheists. I'm just kidding. Atheism is it atheism? Atheism isn't really much of a religion. It's just people who like to hate on other people for what they believe in. AKA just the community in general. So, but my throat is very sore, and I apologize. And I don't know what is wrong with this quest as well. I keep clicking this, ready to turn in. Oh, I didn't even use it. What? This game, ow, whoa, what? Oh. Hi, you're funny. Getting better all the time. Yeah, baby. Alright. Ooh, this is a very hard choice. Could go with infantry, support, or medic. Yes. No. But, leave whatever you feel like in the comments about the zombie thing. I honestly think the whole thing, the media is just blowing it up to seem like something huge, and really it isn't. It's just a bunch of, cannibalism happens on a daily basis. It's just, sometimes, the media blows it up to more what it could be, such as the whole world ending in 2012. If you believe in that, congratulations. But don't go disliking my video just because I don't believe it. Alright? But, I don't believe that. I don't believe the world's gonna end in 2012. However, I do believe the world will end in my lifetime. Just because of the way just in general, how the world has been, going, and, just the workabouts of it lately. I mean, it went from people with ideals back in the early 1900s, in the 1800s, late 1800s, just in general, people had ideals, people always had, they had things to do, they weren't really too corrupt, they were, of course, the United States, we are a very corrupt country, and I'm not afraid to say that at all, but it was just the fact that back in those days, they had respect for one another for a sense, the civilized people, they were actually civilized. Nowadays, it just seems like you go up to someone, you say hi, people think it's just a prank, or, something messed up, and, they'll get back at you saying, fuck off, or, just a bunch of stuff like that, and, that isn't really much of a humanly sense to do. Human thing to do would be say hi back, even if they're messing around, But, I'm just saying, the way the world's been going now, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna last too long. Plus the sudden outburst of resources being used, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, we've already ran through, I forgot, I used to remember the exact amount, but we ran through a lot of the Earth's fresh water. And thank God, what's his face, they already have stocks on him, I'd know this. But this one guy, he made a machine that can turn salt water into actual drinkable water. So it won't make you ridiculous, or whatever you want to believe in. I'm gonna put it that. Okay, but it doesn't just It doesn't, make you insane or anything, just the normal things that you normally get from a skag, saltwater. But, I honestly think that's a genius idea, and, that should either push our measly human livings to be a little longer than, our portrayed rates of life for the next hundreds of years. But, yeah. You're gonna squeeze me till I bleed blood. Okay. But, yeah. Because, people at one time were worried about the sudden rates of, water being used and resources in general. It's true, the world, what the hell? My health. What? Whoa, my voice just went really high right there. Yeah, I'm kind of screwed. Should not have accepted this quest. I'm not even gonna try. But as I was saying, just the rate we're moving at, we've already got, nuclear bombs and missiles, and let me turn down the volume a little bit. It's probably gaudy compared to my voice. Music volume. Let's see. Okay, but as I was saying, it's probably we've got nuclear, bombs and a bunch of new technology, and okay, don't call me some sort of queer nerd fanboy or whatever the fuck you want to call me. Just don't do it, okay? But the Call of Duty Black Ops 2 documentary thing, so many correct points. The rate that we're moving at when it comes to technology, we could have the technology to, we already do have it, the technology of camouflage. And I don't mean like, you wear desert camo or something like that and you blend in. I'm talking about actual camouflage, the kind you see in Splinter Cell or, games of those sorts. That kind of camouflage, the kind that actually make you blend into your background. That is an actual thing now. And they got hovercrafts now that are, ridiculous. Speaking of things that are ridiculous, how about that, the plane that took out Bin Laden, huh? Or the helicopter that took out Bin Laden, helped take him out. The Marines were exported in a helicopter the size of a normal Marine standard helicopter, and it had no color tone in the night, which means that it completely blended in, and it uttered no sound. The entire big rig, about 300 tons or whatever. I don't know how much a helicopter would weigh. 300 tons is probably way more. But it's just the fact that something that big made not a single sound with its 20-foot long blades to not alert the guards in the middle of the night. It's ridiculous how, and just the rate we're moving at. Sooner or later, we're gonna have bombs pointed towards other countries. AKA, if you're American watching these videos. If you're not, then you're probably gonna have the same thing happening, maybe pointed towards you or something. Canada, for example, they don't got really too many enemies. They're just our allies. I love Canada. But as I was saying, Canada, by the way.